Okay, it's 7 o'clock. I'd like to call a meeting to order. Please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, roll call. Just note that Jesse's absent tonight. Approval of minutes. The regular meeting minutes of November 18, 2021 were provided for review. I need a motion to approve the regular meeting minutes of November 18, 2021 as presented.
So move. Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Call the roll.
Mr. Dixon?
Yes.
Mr. Brungart?
Yes.
Mr. Dednica?
Yes.
Mr. Trinkle?
Abstain.
Mr. Kirby?
Yes.
Mr. Major?
Yes.
Mr. Bueller?
Yes.
Motion passed. Audience participation. Is there anyone in the audience tonight that would like to address the governing body on an issue that is not on the agenda? No takers? Item number 2, the Lansing Tree Board appointments. There are 2 positions on the tree board whose terms expire on December 31st, 2021. The positions were advertised and 2 applications were received. Need a motion to appoint Barb Eichmeyer and George Stevenson to the tree board for a term ending December 31st, 2024.
So moved. Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Call the roll.
Mr. Dixon?
Yes.
Mr. Brungart?
Yes.
Mr. Dednica?
Yes.
Mr. Trinkle?
Yes.
Mr. Kirby?
Yes.
Mr. Major?
Yes.
Mr. Bueller?
Yes.
Motion passed. Item number 3 is Lansing Parks and Recs Advisory Board appointments. There are 5 positions on the PRAB board that will expire December 31st, 2021. These positions were advertised and 4 applications were received. Need a motion to appoint Dana Fontenot, Tricia Howell, Bob Lamborn, and Casey Worrell to the Parks and Rec Advisory Board for a term ending December 31st, 2023.
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Call the roll.
Mr. Dixon?
Yes.
Mr. Brungart?
Yes.
Mr. Dednica?
Yes.
Mr. Trinkle?
Yes.
Mr. Kirby?
Yes.
Mr. Major?
Yes.
Mr. Bueller?
Yes.
Motion passed. Item number 4 is the Lansing Planning Commission appointment. Due to a resignation on the Planning Commission, a vacancy exists on a position with a term that will expire on April 30th, 2024. The position was advertised and 1 application was received. I need a motion to appoint Jeanette Levy-Hollerman to the Planning Commission for a term ending 30 April 2024.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
What took so long? What took so long to get you back in here?
Oh, I know. It's just one of those things.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Nope. Call the roll.
Mr. Dixon?
Yes.
Mr. Brungart?
Yes.
Mr. Dednica?
Yes.
Mr. Trinkle?
Yes.
Mr. Kirby?
Yes.
Mr. Major?
Yes.
Mr. Bueller?
Yes.
Motion passed. Item number 5 is request to use the activity center after hours by the Boy Scouts. The Boy Scouts are hosting their annual anti-campout and have requested the use of the activity center after hours. The special event application and all application and applicable insurance documents have been received.
So moved. Second.
I need a motion to approve the request for the Boy Scouts after hours use of Lansing Activity Center for their anti-campout event.
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? The call the roll.
Mr. Dixon?
Yes.
Mr. Brungart?
Yes.
Mr. Dednica?
Yes.
Mr. Trinkle?
Yes.
Mr. Kirby?
Yes.
Mr. Major?
Yes.
Mr. Bueller?
Yes.
Motion passed. Item number 6 is a request for cereal malt beverage license renewals. This is the renewal request to sell cereal malt beverage and strong beer at the 6 currently licensed locations in Lansing for 2022. The city clerk, police chief, and CD director have reviewed and the renewal applications. I need a motion to approve the cereal malt beverage license renewals for Aldi Inc. at 1217 North Main Street, GMRG ACQ1 LLC, DBA Pizza Hut at 407 North Main Street, Lansing Quick Shop at 601 South Main Street, Quick Trip number 188 at 1205 North Main Street. Shreve Inc., DBA Finish Line, at 506 North Main Street. And Truman Town LLC, DBA Woody's Gas Express at 109 4H Road.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Call the roll.
Mr. Dixon?
Yes.
Mr. Barnhart?
Yes.
Mr. Seneca?
Yes.
Mr. Trinkle?
Yes.
Mr. Kirby?
Yes.
Mr. Major?
Yes.
Mr. Wheeler?
Yes.
It was a long list. Okay, item number 7, ordinance number 1076, annexing land into the city of Lansing. The property owners have petitioned the voluntary annexation of 2.5 acres buildable tract to be annexed into the city of Lansing. Because this request is from the property owners and the property abuts to the existing city boundary, no public hearing is required. I need a motion to approve ordinance number 1076, an ordinance annexing land into the city of Lansing, Kansas.
So moved. Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion on this one? No discussion, call the roll.
Mr. Dixon?
Yes.
Mr. Barnhart?
Yes.
Mr. Seneca?
Yes.
Mr. Trinkle?
Yes.
Mr. Kirby?
Yes.
Mr. Major?
Yes.
Mr. Wheeler?
Yes.
Okay, motion passed. Item 8 is license agreement and economic development incentive agreement for deployment of RG fiber within the city. The city received $1,812,742 in American Rescue Plan funds, of which $800,000 would be for the economic development incentive agreement. The EDIA establishes terms for the funds to be used, i.e. a timeline and provisions to return the funds if the timeline is not met. The license agreement establishes requirements for RG fiber to locate in public right-of-ways and utility easements in the city. I need a motion to approve the license agreement and the economic development incentive agreement for deployment of RG fiber within the city.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? No discussion on this topic. Call the roll.
Mr. Dixon?
Yes.
Mr. Barnhart?
Yes.
Mr. Seneca?
Yes.
Mr. Trinkle?
Yes.
Mr. Kirby?
Yes.
Mr. Major?
Yes.
Mr. Wheeler?
Yes.
Motion passed. Item number 9 is right-of-way permit fee moratorium for internet service providers. A request was made for a moratorium on the right-of-way permit fees for internet service providers to assist with the deployment of internet services. Staff has discussed the request and is agreeable to the moratorium as the permit fees would be minimal. This request, if approved, would apply to any user that meets the requirements outlined, as all service providers must be treated uniformly. Action, I need a motion to approve a moratorium of right-of-way permit fees for all internet service providers who deliver a minimum of 1 gigabyte symmetrical internet services and are net neutral beginning December 6, 2021 and ending on December 31st, 2023.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion on this one?
How does this affect, how does this affect users already, other internet users we already have?
Yeah, Matt, you want to come up?
So you're talking about other internet providers in town?
Yeah,
So, for example, if another internet provider meets those two terms, the minimum of 1 gigabit symmetrical service and the net neutrality piece, then they would also have their fees waived for any build out that they want to do in town. So whether that's AT&T, Spectrum, anybody, as long as they meet those two requirements, we would waive their fees for them as well.
all right. Still a little confused, but okay. I got it.
Okay.
I mean, okay, say AT&T is here,
Mm-hmm.
right, or Spectrum or any of the others.
Right.
Do they already meet these
They
two
do not.
criteria?
They do
No,
not.
but
They would have to deploy, basically, they would have to deploy a fiber-based product in order to meet that 1 gigabit symmetrical
Gotcha, the
piece.
fiber's the key, that's what I want.
Yeah, but we didn't
Thank you.
say that in there because.
But they could. So what
Right.
they currently have deployed right now, if Spectrum came in and said, I'll meet those two requirements and put some in,
Right.
they could do it and we'd waive it.
Correct.
Got it, understand.
Yeah.
I got it now. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Anything else? Okay, I got a motion and a second. Call the roll.
Mr. Dixon?
Yes.
Mr. Barnhart?
Yes.
Mr. Seneca?
Yes.
Mr. Trinkle?
Yes.
Mr. Kirby?
Yes.
Mr. Major?
Yes.
Yes.
Motion passed. City Attorney. City Administrator Tim, what do you got?
I know everyone's really excited about Harbor Freight. I think due to some supply chain issues, their opening has been pushed back a little bit. I think it'll be mid to late January now. So it's a little bit later than we originally expected, but we're still really excited about having them come to town.
Tim, do you know anything about? I know they're hiring. Are lots of people are not successful with hiring people? Are they?
I know they've been doing a lot of interviews.
That's good.
Yeah, they worked with us and Matt and Terry, and so they were actually doing a lot of their interviews in our library, which was kind of interesting. I don't know if they still have any openings or not, but I know there was a steady stream of applicants coming in and out for a few days. So.
Thank you.
That's all I have.
Anything from the department heads? Jason?
Just so everybody knows, we had our coaches' meetings for basketball this week, and we'll be kicking off practices next week. You probably all know we do practices and games and so forth at a mixture of school facilities and city facilities. For the sake of simplicity, and also because we're going to have so many people stacked in such a small area, we are going to ask that people wear masks when they're at games and practices, unless you guys tell me otherwise. So that's the plan moving forward at this point in time.
The observers, right?
The observers, we're going to pretty much mirror what the school's doing. Kids on the bench would also wear masks.
Again, that was the big reasoning behind it, was trying to be consistent between one facility to the other. We didn't want people to be in a school facility wearing masks, one day, and a city facility not the next. We figured it'd be easier for continuity to be consistent. So.
Just make sure everybody's
Yeah,
comfortable
Not
with that.
only it's safe.
No issues with that.
Okay. All right.
Taking care of the kids, so.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, so before I go around the horn, I'd just like to thank the volunteers to the boards and the commissions, and say hi to RG out there. And then we'll go around the horn, starting with Ron.
Nothing from me, sir.
Okay, Ron. Carrie?
Welcome, RJ. We're excited. That's all I have, Mayor.
All right, thanks, Carrie. Donna?
I don't have anything, Mayor. Thank
All
you.
right. Dave, welcome back, and do you have anything?
Yeah, welcome back, Dave.
Nothing.
Okay, Dave.
I give all my time still left over to my buddy.
That's because I'm giving
Mr.
him a
Gene?
ride home.
Okay. Then we'll go to Gene.
No, just thanks all the volunteers, fiber guys. Glad to have you here. Really, I think it's going to be a benefit to everybody in the long run. Jason, good move. That's all I have.
Yeah, thanks, Gene. Marcus?
Yeah, I'd just like to ditto and thank you for volunteering. Thanks to all the volunteers. And RG, we are excited about getting you in here. All my neighbors will be excited once all this gets publicized and put out there, because that's all I hear about is better fiber, better network, more opportunity. So that's going to be a good thing. And then I know we passed where the liquor sales, because we talked about one of them here with all these with the licenses, but didn't we pass something that they're supposed to start selling liquor in accordance with the state of Kansas on Sunday mornings?
Yep.
When was that supposed to start?
I think it was October 31st, but they just have the option to if they want to. So, I mean, if they want to start at noon, that's up to them. If they want to start at 10, that's up to them. So they're not required to. They can, but they can go up to 10, I think.
Okay, thanks. I appreciate it. And Dave, welcome back. We're glad to see you here, man. Glad to see you. Mayor, that's all I've got.
All right.
Thanks.
Thanks, Marcus. Greg?
Dave, welcome back. Good to see you. RG, again, thank you. And to all the volunteers, we all said this, but we can't function without you. And so we do appreciate it. Don't forget the Christmas tree lighting ceremony, Sunday, December 5th, 6 o'clock at the Lansing Middle School Auditorium. And on this day in history, In 1927, after 19 years of Ford producing the Model T, they announced that they were going to stop that and start producing the Ford Model A as their car. And with that, Mayor, I move we adjourn.
Second.
That's what kept me going, Greg. I couldn't wait until I got back.
You missed that for the last couple of months, didn't you?
I had nightmares over that speech.
Me too, Dave.
I have a motion and a second to adjourn. Call the roll.
Mr. Dixon?
Yes.
Mr. Brungart?
Yes.
Mr. Zuniga?
Yes.
Mr. Trickle?
Yes.
Mr. Kirby?
Yes.
Mr. Major?
Yes.
Mr. Beal?
Yes.
We are adjourned.